Josh Green here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by Mr. Johnny Nelson here at the launch press conference for Natasha Jonas against Mikaela Meir. Another banger here on Boxer, another banger in the women's division. They always deliver, don't they?
They will. I think it was the debate of making them 3-minute rounds. Actually, I'm an advocate for that. I actually would like that to happen. You know, when these girls were up there on stage talking about, you know, Mikaela, first of all, pushed it. I think she was under the impression Natasha didn't want it, whereas actually Natasha had no idea that was an issue. Speaking to him in an interview and I'm on stage, I said, you know, it's something we do. I think it'll make a massive difference. And a lot of female fighters it'll suit, some it won't suit. But I think it's going to be one for the purists. I think you've got two totally professional athletes that are at the top of their game. And so therefore I think this fight will be a really, really good fight. 20th of January in Liverpool. Wow, it's going to be mad.
They've talked about how easy this was to make. That must be refreshing, not just for us, but for them as well.
Yeah, because once the fighters air it and make it quite clear we want to make these fights, then anybody that's trying to put a block on it, they're the ones that are deemed as the villain. So Mikaela made it quite clear she wants to be there. Natasha is Natasha. And she wants to defend, she wants to fight, she wants to make money at this stage, and that she's a champion. I think she's comfortable at the weight. This is her, you know, Mikaela's stepping up to her weight, even though Mikaela's a big unit. When you get into a fight, there's someone that's comfortable there. I think Natasha, on many occasions, has been overlooked for a punch power and for a pedigree. And because you look at the losses, you think, well, you know, but she's actually a good, accomplished fighter that's got the experience.
How much will weight play a factor? They've both been successful at 135. It's a big step up, especially for Mikaela, but she has got a big size advantage, you would have to say.
So I think weight will play a factor when it comes to them standing toe-to-toe, and especially if they make this 3-minute rounds. If they make that 3-minute round, the weight, all of a sudden, when you feel a solid shots, and when you're getting dragged about in the ring, when you're tired and fatigued, that's when the weight may make a difference for Mikaela. But I think both fighters have both come up. They're both very skilled. They're not silly, and so I think it'll be a really, really good fight.
I think we can still see those 3-minute rounds. Obviously, Natasha wasn't aware of it from what she said up there.
I hope we do, because I think it needs a big fight like this on a big stage to set the bar. And right now, I can remember speaking to Robert Smith about it. He said, well, that's preference. And so you've got two fighters now. I think Benn was probably the one that was probably edging it to stay at 2, but you've got the two fighters saying, no, let's do this. Because I'm quite sure both fighters do 3-minute rounds in the gym regularly. And then when it comes to a fight, they'll taper down.
Whilst this is obviously a huge bout, there's many more things to come for these guys. Katie Taylor is a name that's always going to be linked with Natasha Jonas, and she's been vocal. She wants that fight. Do you see that as a huge mega fight we could see maybe in 2024?
Yes, I remember seeing them fighting the amateurs, and what a raucous atmosphere. It was ridiculous, and I think, why not do it again? Katie Taylor, an outstanding flag to fly, boxed well on Saturday. The crowd were unbelievable in Dublin. I think she's probably met somebody she's at a stage where they're at the same level now in regards to ability. We've seen the best of Katie Taylor, but I bet that what Katie Taylor's around now still beats most of them, if not all of them.
February 3rd is a date that's being touted for Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn, the Mail reporting that. There's a lot that could still get in the way. Do you think that will be sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control?
I don't. I think a lot of it is. I don't believe it'll happen. I think common sense has got to kick in. If the Boxing Board have made a decision to say this fight, we're not sanctioning this fight, unless they go to another governing body, which I'm quite sure Eddie at one point said they didn't want to do that. Won't do that. Why would Eubank Jr. put his career in limbo, getting in with Conor Benn? Because I'm quite sure if he does get in with Conor Benn, the Boxing Board will put some kind of suspension on him for doing so. And at this stage in Eubank's career, why would he do that? It doesn't make common sense. So listen, public pressure, put it on. They're hoping that the board will relent. I don't think they will. I think it's a great ambition, but in reality, I don't think it'll happen.
There are probably still a lot of people out there that do want to see that fight, and if they are...
Sorry, let me get right. I do want to see it, but I don't think it'll happen. and that's because of the wranglings with Conor's license and licensing. That's the issue.
Do you think they could be tempted to go with another governing body, given the money that sort of fight could make?
They could be, but again, Chris is in a very good position where if he takes this fight and the British Boxing Board of Control don't sanction it, then he is going to put his career, the progress of his career, in jeopardy. He's going to put the progress of his earning capacity in jeopardy. If the board say, well, if you do that, we're going to drop a suspension on you. It's not his argument, it's Conor's argument. So why would he put himself in that situation? It doesn't make sense. I just can't see it. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
I want to talk to you about December the 23rd as well, and obviously DAZN. I want to talk to you about December the 23rd as well, and DAZN are obviously, they've pitched in, they're going to be broadcasting. Do you believe that's going to be an exclusive deal? Do you think we could say TNT or even Sky Sports get involved in that?
I think Saudi are doing an amazing job. They want the whole world, as many eyes on this as possible. Will it be exclusive? I don't think so. I do think they will go with the biggest audience that they can possibly get. That's the whole point of paying for such stars to be ringside, because they know the TV follows them. So I'm quite sure there'll be other outlets that will get it, and DAZN will push it as well to make sure here in the UK we get it.
There's been a lot of criticism over DAZN over the last few years since they launched. This is a huge moment for them as well. How much do they bring to it, do you feel?
Again, it's about options. It's about eyes on the prize. I can remember I was out Saturday night. I wanted to go and see the Katie Taylor fight, and me and my friend, we went to one venue, another venue, casino, pub. Nobody had it. Nobody had DAZN, and I thought, wow, that's like, it might be just Sheffield. I don't know, and that for such a big gig. I'm not saying. I'm just saying the big establishments that to put it on. I just think you'd want as many eyes on it as possible, and DAZN have clearly done a deal to say, look, let us push it out. It is what it is. It's not slagging down DAZN. It's just fact.
There's one more man I want to speak to, and that's Tyan Booth. He recently made his return, I believe, in Dudley, in which he walked out the ring. You've obviously been in that gym before. You know what it's like in there. Do you support his comeback into the world of boxing? Is there anything more he can achieve? I
know Tyan, and yes, he's a very complicated individual, but I get him with Tyan, and you're gonna, some of the stuff he says, please don't take it personal, man. This guy's like, I suppose it's like a comedian. Sometimes he'll tell a joke that's close to the bone, but I know him. The guy's all right. The guy's all right. He just sometimes takes a joke close to the bone. In his fight, I think, you know what? I think I can still fight, and then all of a sudden get in the ring and think, oh my God, I'm shattered, and so reality kicked in. So Tyan will do what Tyan wants to do, still gets you talking about him, and that's what he's doing.
A few more weeks in the gym, and do you think we'll see him out again? Or?
Yeah, I think he'll do it again. I think he's learnt a harsh lesson. Thought, all right, then I need to prepare better for this. Keep off the pubs and get on with the job.
Cheers, Johnny. We look forward to seeing you on January the 20th.
Looking forward to it too.